Patty. She's my better half. And so anyway, I wrote a little salute to Patty with apologies to Dr. Seuss. And this is called Pat in the Hat. For the moment. So it starts off, I sat in my office tying up loose ends. I needed a date for a December evening with friends. I had a dinner to go to with no date in mind. I needed a date, even though she might have to be blind. I had run out of bartendresses with limited IQs, so I called Landa Williams. She knew just what to do. Have you tried Patty G? She's pretty and carefree. She's moved to New York, and she's witty as can be. But I must warn you, she went to Mizzou, likes to dress up as many hats, wears a mustache, and plays the kazoo. Long story short, we had a great time. It was fate. She was beautiful, funny, clever, and I was in love after our very first date. I'm gonna tear up, sorry. We fell for each other, and before you knew, we were wed in the village, joined by loving people we knew. So I'm happy to say thank you, Patty, for 28 years to the day. Here's to my own Mad Hatter, Patty G. From all of us, a toast to thee. I love you. Cheers.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the toast to the town.
to the toast of the town, or as we like to call it, Patty's Got Talent. Could somebody tune that down, please? All right, please, I can hear myself way too loudly. Anyway, we want to welcome you tonight, and before I go any further, I'm going to stop this dumbass Ed Sullivan impersonation and just kind of get back to me. You know, this talent show was actually a long-time dream of Patty's. She had the cockamamie idea that her friends, the generals and the COOs and the headhunters, actually had enough talent to put on a show. We shall see. Now, I hope you like the opening number, but you are in for a big treat right now. We're going to bring out a gal to sing one number for you just to give her a taste. She's going to come back later in the show. A wonderful young lady. She's a student at K-State, and she's just about to leave our lovely area and move to Nashville, Tennessee to teach there. We're very, very lucky to have her to sing Almost There from Princess and the Frog. Please welcome Miss Maggie Thomas.
For dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. Ain't got time for messing around. That's not my style. This whole town can slow you down. People taking the easy way. But I know exactly where I'm going. I'm getting closer and closer every day.
You know, I recently saw something in the spring that just immediately spoke to me, and I felt the need to share it with you tonight because it was the time of taxes. And my sister Patty had been, every time I saw her, was going, I've got to get my taxes done. I've just got to get my taxes done. And then I saw an article in the New York Times entitled, hello, "Just a Few Things I Have to Do Before I Get My Taxes Started," by Emma Rothbaum. Woo! Gotta get my Starbucks skinny latte. Okay, done. Let's do this. Except I think I left the back door open. Just gotta check. Yeah, closed. Phew. Now I can finally settle in and get started. Wait, is that caterpillar trying to cross the windowsill? I have to see this. I definitely need to check out the scene, and it's definitely going to take me 45 minutes of just staring at it and watching it rear up and wave its little arms around like a tiny emperor. Maybe I should just put it on my finger, or maybe I should just pop it in my mouth. Wouldn't that be funny? I'm back. Time to really get my hands dirty here. Okay, let's see. Gathering my forms. The gathering storm. A perfect storm. Shoot. The thing is, I really need to call Aunt Kathleen. I never call her, and it's not even her birthday or anything. But I'm pretty sure I've got to call her and twist a lock of hair around my finger and wander around the house while she's talking and pick a sticky thing off the fridge and study my fingernails and hold up a wooden spoon and kind of slash it around through the air in a really inconsistent way, imitating nothing. Okay, I really need to do this. Now, like now. Checkmate, taxes. You're about to get done. Except speaking of chess, I haven't played any games lately. Had some fun, Who says a 60-year-old woman can't have some fun? I need to have some fun before I do this. Cobwebs. I mean, we're all gonna die. One day, maybe I'll paint the bedroom floor as a checkerboard. And then kind of hop around on it. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds like outrageous fun. And I am on it. Okay, I did that. I just painted our bedroom floor with black and white squares, and it took 6 straight hours. And I hate it. Now, I really, really, really need to get started on these taxes. And I will. I really will. But here's the thing. I just found a promotional bouncy ball in the drawer. It's from a veterinarian or something, and I didn't even know I had it. But I'm sorry. I mean, I have to spend some time with this bouncy ball. I've got to bounce this ball. Like, when else am I going to do this? There is no time like present when you drop it off the stage. To randomly bounce some ball. I should have practiced that more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm living my best life. I am living my best me, and that involves taking the opportunity of a lifetime during the lifetime of an opportunity and going outside right now and standing on the driveway with this ball like it's the 90s, and oh no, now it's in the gutter. Well, that's what happens when you dream. I'm not afraid to dream, and I'm not going to apologize for not having started my taxes, even though I really do need to do them. And if I could just start this list of party expenses in an Excel spreadsheet, then I'd be all set, as people from many walks of life say. It's just, I haven't practiced my signature in a while.
Carol G, ladies and gentlemen. I've known I've had the joy of knowing the G sisters for many years now, and I finally got to meet the G brother yesterday, and he's just as wonderful as the rest of them. Now, here's one odd little story you may not know about their family. Jane Goodall, the researcher, initially her plan was to study humans. And unfortunately, her first assignment was the G family. And after a short time of that, her reaction was, I'm going to do chimps. So, anyway, for the next number, I'd like to bring out one of my 3 favorite G sisters. Paula, would you please join me for a little number?
Let's see. Pat, this is for you.
Well, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we're traveling along, singing a song, side by side. Well, we don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, sharing the load, side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. Well, they've all had the quarrels and parted. We'll be the same as we started, just traveling along, singing a song, side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. Well, they all had the palms and parted. We'll be the same as we started, just traveling along, singing a song, side by side, side by side, side by side. Tributes to Adele's Hello. So, I think that'll be right after Johnny Mathis and Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan sing a song together. And that'll be right before Landa Williams comes up and shows off her parallel parking skills. So we got a night for that. Okay, let me see. Next, we have got friendly people who helped bust the stage. We have got a couple of new acts that we did not know about when we woke up this morning. So that's the nature of this show. We have 2 ladies. They have a connection in their acts. I'm going to see if you can find out what it is. The first one is Miss Becky Smith. She was responsible for the lovely DVD, the Calendar Girl DVD you saw earlier. And the other young lady is Nikki Levandakis. Please give them a nice toast to the town. Welcome. Wardrobe malfunction.
And we got a census card. Oh, nice. Those were precious moments.
It's just us, carry on. I tried, sir, I don't know why it's
Sorry.
MacGyver in the house.
Bill, you should have sprung for the Morris.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Renee. You want to do something?
Sorry.
Okay, Becky.
Did you get the connection? Is this one on? Is this one on? I'll figure something else. Okay, now we have a special surprise guest. Even the cast didn't know this person was going to be here until a few minutes ago. We'd like to welcome a magician to our stage. And please, if you will, magician, give me about 4 seconds to plug in your sound system, and I'll do it properly. But in about count to four, and then applaud, and please welcome, now once I get off stage, count to four. And then please welcome the amazing Augie.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra?
Of course.
Alakazam. Hocus pocus.
Simsalabim. Is there a white switch on the top?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
We are attempting to summon dolphins. That's
I'm a trained professional. Obviously.
Let's try that. That should sound a little bit better. It's a brand new microphone. Oh, yeah! You guys hear me say yeah? Yeah! Excellent. Well, my name is Augie, and I am what is called a prestidigitator, which isn't as bad as it sounds. It's an old word that means magician, but the more exact translation is actually man with too much time on his hands. And it's pretty accurate. What I'd like to do is a little bit of a warm-up. It's a test. You pass the test, we do the big stupid stuff. You fail the test, we all go home disappointed. Got it? Say yeah. Yeah. All right, here's the test. It's a test, it's also a trick. It's the first trick I ever performed. And I do what's called sleight of hand magic. It's actually kind of small. It's very difficult. I have very small hands. In fact, this year my friends have started calling me Donald Trump. Anyway, this is the first trick I ever performed live for a paying audience. There I was, 12 years old, 24 people in the audience. We were in my parents' backyard. I took a little silk handkerchief, I pushed it all the way into my hand. I snapped, I said the magic word. So you had the handkerchief? No. And this is the test part. At that point, the entire audience pumped their fists in the air and said, amazing.
Amazing!
The entire, it's okay. It's okay, it's fine. I'll do it again. Here we go. The first trick I ever performed live for a paying audience. There I was, 6 years old. 300 people in the audience. We were in the school auditorium. I took the silk handkerchief, I pushed it all over my hand, I snapped my hands, I say the magic word. The magic word. The handkerchief disappeared. And at that point, the entire audience pumped their fists in the air and said, amazing! Russian judge gives that a 7. It was okay, but I think we can do better. Can we do better? Say yeah! Yeah! All right, fine. Here we go. The first trick I ever performed live for a paying audience. There I was, fresh out of the womb. 17,000 people in the audience. We were at Carnegie Hall. People aren't buying any of this. All the way in the hand. I gave a little wave, I said the magic word. The handkerchief disappeared. And at that point, the entire audience, as one, as a unit, pumped their fists in the air and said, amazing! Perfect, beautiful, wonderful. Give me your shoe. What's your name, dude? Your favorite shoe? Barnett, this is your shoe that you gave to me? Thank you. No, you had these for a while? You want some? Barnett, can you do me a favor? Just hold on to the magic stick, hold it up high. Be careful where you point it. Tap the toe of the shoe. Say the magic word. Perfect. And if we're lucky, we should be able to go on. You guys are fantastic. Now, unfortunately, we do have rules about toxic waste here in the bar. Put that back on. Excellent. Well, I'd like to do something. I had a premonition last night, which is a lot better than that other word that starts with PRE. Anyway, birthday girl, front and center.
Whoa.
We're going to play a little game.
I mean, I am front and center.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything. It's a mind-reading game. It's like reading the Iliad, or the Odyssey, or another large, thick book with words I don't understand. What I have here is the world's first completely invisible deck of cards. I'm going to throw it to you. Can you catch? Yes! Take the invisible deck of cards. What I'd like you to do is shuffle it up really, really good. You got to take it out of the box first. Shuffle it. Mix it up. Grab the one you dropped. Put it back in. You got it? All right. What I'd like to do, you've assembled the deck. Now mysteriously, you shuffle the deck and it has sorted itself into the red cards and the black cards. What I'd like you to do is hold the deck in your left hand. All right. What I'd like you to do is grab the red cards and take them in your right hand. Now, think of either of those, either the red cards or the black cards, and throw them over your head. Either one. That's okay. Take the one you didn't throw and hold it out. All All right, so you've retained the black cards, correct? Yes. All right, the black cards, clubs or spades. Separate the deck into clubs and spades, mysteriously. You have the spades over here, the clubs over here. Take one of them, don't tell me which. Throw it over your head. Now you threw the spades, yes? Trained professional psychic. No, I'm kidding, I see the cards, that's how that works. All right, you've got the clubs in front of you. What I'd like to do is spread them into a fan. Now, they are in order. Magic. Ace through king. What I'd like you to do is reach into the middle and pull out one of those cards. You got it? Think of the card. You're getting an impression. It's not a king. It's not a queen. You grab the 7. Nice and loud, tell everybody.
I grabbed a 7.
Wait! Just like a Billy Mays commercial, there's more. What I'd like you to do is take that 7 of clubs, hand it to anyone in the audience.
My brother, since he was so nice.
Your brother. Magically, when you hand the card, it changes into a completely different card. Any card whatsoever. I would highly recommend the Ace of Spades. No, any card whatsoever. It changes. Anyone in your mind.
Ace of Spades.
Now, 2 rules. It can't be the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Hearts because, quite frankly, everyone's going to say, everybody picks that card! So, any card but the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Hearts. Which card did you choose?
2 of diamonds.
The 2 of diamonds. Oh, fantastic. Here's the amazing part. I knew that. What? No, I had a premonition. In fact, I had a premonition that there would be a strong, handsome, intelligent, good-looking man holding that 2 of diamonds. So take that 2 of diamonds and hand it to that guy. Now hold the 2 of diamonds up, throw it up to me. They've chosen the 2 of diamonds, you don't want to change your mind?
No, I'm going with 2 of diamonds.
Last night I had a premonition. I pulled out a deck of cards. I pulled out the deck. I grabbed one card and I turned it upside down in the deck. Believe it or not, I think it was the 2 of diamonds. I'm going to go through. At some point, if you see an upside down card, just say something. Shocking. One card. Do we see any others upside down? Say no. No. One card, and only one card. And believe it or not, I think we got it. All right, and now, something special. It's your 60th birthday. That is an occasion worth marking. Being a 60th birthday party, I thought I would do something with 2 important qualities. The first quality, I believe it is the strongest, most beautiful piece of magic a person can experience. The second quality, it's really old. Now, it's a close-up sleight of hand magic trick, and I think you'll see it best if you stand right here. Stand right there, face the audience, smile. Perfect. Now I have something with me. This is number 1.5, Long Spring Steel Coyote Trap. Made out of real coyote. Here's how it works. Spring jaws, lever trigger. As long as that trigger's up, nothing happens. However, if you pull the trigger down, the jaws will snap closed. Now it snaps closed not fast enough to catch a coyote or to break a finger. Unfortunately, I am fresh out of coyotes. Just stick your finger in there. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, she was my big sister.
No, I couldn't do that to you. It's a coyote trap, not a fox trap. And I brought that thing just for that joke. Now what I'm going to do, this is considered to be, by most historians in the field of magic, the oldest, most ineffective microphone pack I've ever owned. The oldest trick in the book, performed for over 3,000 years around the world. It's a trick with a cup, a ball, and a stick. Check out the stick. Good solid stick. Excellent. Check out the cup. Good solid cup. No trap doors, hole springs, magnets, or satanic engravings.
Well, wait a minute.
Mom? I thought you died. I guess I'll have to try again. All right. No holes. There's actually one hole in the cup. It's right there. And last but not least, the ball. Check out the ball. Now don't squeeze that, you will go blind. My dad used to tell me as a child. I said, Dad, come over here. I'm glad there's no kids here. It's okay though, if there were, they still wouldn't get it. Let's be honest, if they did, it's not really my fault. Just bad parenting. Here we go. Oldest trick in the world, it's a game. Are you ready? You take the little red ball, drum in the cup, turn the cup up, take my hand away. Your job is to tell me, do I sneak the ball out and put it in my pocket, or do I leave it in the cup? Got it? Cup or pocket? 20 bucks.
Pocket.
No. Cup or pocket?
Pocket.
Cup?
Okay, go.
No, it's in the pocket. Don't fall for it. It's okay. It's okay. When you say cup, it's in the pocket. When you say pocket, say pocket. It disappears and jumps. Shut up, I'll do it again. Watch. You take the red ball. Squeeze. Tap. You blow. I'll get it tomorrow. That's my number 2 joke. Now we tap here, it comes right back. Now here's how that works. It's called misdirection. Misdirection means when you're looking.
I know what it is.
Yeah. Of course you do, you're married. Misdirection means when you're looking over here, I can do anything I want right over here, like the government. I explain this. Does that make sense? If you're looking over here, I do anything I want over here. Okay, great. I explain that with the magic hats of mystery. Whatever. I explain it with the hats and the 2 little yellow sponges. Can you all see the hat? Say yes, Soggy.
Yes, Soggy.
You all see the little yellow sponges? Say yes, Soggy.
Yes, Soggy.
It's different. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to use the hat and the little yellow sponges to distract you. I'm going to make you look in the right place at the wrong time and the wrong place at the right time. Got it?
Sure.
While I'm doing that, 3 things are going to happen right here on the table. Big things, huge things, kind of the point of the trick. Now I think I'm going to get away with it because I'm distracting you appropriately. Got it? So right now,
Squirrel.
so it's your job to be the eyes of the audience. Keep your eyes on me. I don't want you to see if you miss it, they're going to miss it. If you think I'm cheating, they'll think I'm cheating. Now I don't want them to think I'm cheating. Do you know why? Because I am. Audience, are you ready? Say yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Say yeah.
Yes.
All right. Ball 1 goes in the hand, ball 2 goes in the hat. How many in the hand?
One.
How many?
1.
I'm sorry, that's my fault. I'll start over. Ball 1 goes in the pocket, ball 2 goes in the hat. How many in the hat?
1.
Are you sure? Would you bet your life on it?
No. Yes.
It's okay, you can trust me. I'm a guy off the streets. How many in the hat?
1.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Would you bet your life on it?
Yes.
Put a $20 bill right now.
Okay. Sure.
No, theoretically, Come on, okay. Now, if I tap here and I tap here, and there are suddenly 2 balls in the hat. Would that be a good trick?
That'd be great.
That'd be a good trick, say yeah! Yeah! Be a fantastic trick. In fact, I wish I could do that. What I can do is take this little yellow sponge, put it in my pouch down here, tap twice here. How many in the hat? Who says 1? Say yeah.
Yeah.
Who says 2? Say yeah.
Yeah.
Who's afraid to say yeah? Say yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty. Who can't hear me? Say yeah. There's always one. The correct answer, however, is 13. But wait, there's more. Here we go. Big finale. El finale ultima. 3 things. Did you see any funny business?
No.
First question. Did you see the little red ball jump back under the cup?
Red, no.
Good. That's the plum. That's stolen from my grandmother's fruit basket. But if you like that, the third thing's really gonna freak you out. It'll send you down the, it'll send you down the street talking to yourself for about a week. Again. See all 13 balls jump back under the hat? That's not good. Where I keep the coconut. Is that point? Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Augie, and that's me. Thank you.
Excellent, congratulations. Lovely stuff. I'll be right back. Folks, I'm very honored to introduce our next entertainer. Not only am I a huge fan of her music, and she's going to do an original tonight as well. She's also going to start with a cover of Dawes' song called All Your Favorite Bands, and lucky me, I get to sing back to her. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Catherine Lorenzen. You bet, whatever you want.
Not that I don't want to be close to you. No, I will stand. I'm just so old that I need my lyrics.
This thing spins, so.
Sorry, folks.
Yes. So high heels and the guitar foot. Okay. You have no mic now.
Okay. We'll double check.
So sorry. You'd think I'd had too much to drink, but actually I haven't.
Now we know the time to start.
Sorry about that. This choice of song was actually not purposeful, and I did not know about the hat theme, I swear, when I chose this song. Late night drives and hot French fries and friends around the country, from Arlington to Casey to Santa Fe. When I think of you, you still still got on that hat that says let's party. I hope that thing is never thrown away. I hope that life without a chaperone is what you thought it'd be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. I'm just waking up, so I'm not thinking clearly, so don't quote me. With one eye open, I'm writing you this song. Ain't it funny how some people pop into your mind so clearly, and you've been living there for oh so long. I hope that life without a chaperone is what you thought it'd be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together.
Now, folks, Catherine, you're lucky enough to hear an original by Catherine. Catherine Lorenz is actually the best songwriter no one has ever heard of. So, ladies and gentlemen, Catherine Lorenz.
Times when I've been feeling bad, when life has tripped me up and made me sad, I run and hide inside my shell and forget that living well is the best revenge. Used to be when I lost a love, had my heart thrown to the ground from someplace high above. I thought that loving again would be a tough sell. Time passes, living well is the best revenge. It's so tempting to wanna spite those who give you grief, but in the long run it just feels so right. best revenge. It's so tempting to wanna spite those who give you grief, but in the long run it just feels so right to make them envy you with no relief. Now that I found my heart's desire, a love that's true and a path leading higher. I wanna climb the hill and ring the bell and spread the news that living well is the best, and 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 living well is the best revenge.
Catherine Lorenzen, ladies and gentlemen. Well, folks, sorry to kind of interrupt the show. I've actually got some bad news to deliver. Actually, the next number was supposed to be General Mike Mizuki playing the accordion. Unfortunately, we tried to say, we'll get you an accordion. You know, I've got a couple of leads here. And he's like, no, I'll pack it, I'll bring it. I think it'll be okay. So he did what he could. He packed it as best he could, and you know, airlines do what they can. And unfortunately, I'm here to report that the accordion made it. So I guess we're going through with the number. With no further ado, two-star General Mike Mizuki.
From the sublime to the ridiculous. But before I play, this accordion and Patty share the same birthday. So I'm going to try to make it as lovely and as exciting as she is.
my. Patty's friend's got some talent. Let me tell you. You know, there are few things I think that makes any of our hearts giddier than a carefree soldier. Really, because but the general. I mean, we all know that those folks have got much more serious lives that they have to deal with. That there are other sides, if you will, to their story, and this is one of them. This is a Civil War letter, the Ashokan letter. Enjoy.
Written by Sullivan Ballou to his wife before the Battle of Bull Run. Dear Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. And lest I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write you a few lines that may fall under your eye when I am no more. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how American civilization now leans upon the triumph of the government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the Revolution. And I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. And yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly with all those chains in the battlefield. The memory of all the blissful moments I have with you, that I've enjoyed with you, come crowding over me, and I feel most deeply grateful to God and you that I have enjoyed them for so long, and how hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hopes in future years when, God willing, we may still have lived and loved together and see our boys grown up to honorable manhood around us. If I do not return, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I loved you, nor that when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, it will whisper your name. Forgive me my many faults and the many pains I have caused you, how thoughtless, how foolish I have sometimes been. But, oh Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and fit unseen around those they love, I shall always be with you. In the brightest day and in the darkest night, always, always. And when the soft breeze fans your cheek, it shall be my breath, or the cool air, your throbbing temple, it shall be my spirit passing by. Sarah, do not mourn me dead. Think I am gone and wait for me, for we shall meet again. Sullivan Ballou was killed a week later at the First Battle of Bull Run.
Ms. Ann Raymond, Mr. Byron Carlock, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't that beautiful? And folks, thanks. I had to talk them into doing this 3 times. And they finally agreed. Next, actually, we've got a couple of guest stars coming on in, so Maestro, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Johnny Mathis.
Look at me. I was helpless as a kitten up a tree, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Willie Nelson. Walk my way. And 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it could be the sound of your hello. The music I hear, I get misty the moment you're near. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Dylan. You can say that you're leading me on. Oh, it's just what I wanted you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. On my own. Through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. No, I'm too misty and too much in love. Enough of this silliness. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome an act you've never seen before.
A lot like LA. A lot like LA. Except it's Kansas City. Only better.
All right, folks. And now for our next entertainer. You got to hear her earlier tonight. She's going to do a pair of numbers right now. Please welcome a wonderful lady. Again, she's about to head off away from us to Nashville to teach. She also, another lovely little factoid, she runs a baking company called Magpies. Please welcome Miss Maggie Thomas.
I've been telling my dreams to the scarecrow about the places that I like to see. I say, friend, do you think I'll ever get there? Oh, but he just stands there smiling youngest of the 5 Thomas girls, and we are the daughters of Mark and Kitty Thomas. And Kitty went to college at Mizzou and was a Theta with my mom, and unfortunately we're scattered all over the country now, so the other 4 couldn't make it, but we're kind of a package deal sometimes. But we just, as a family, really wanted to take a moment to say how much Patty and Nick have meant to our family. And they are instrumental in bringing us up and raising us. And if you asked anybody, their Aunt Patty and Uncle Nick, nobody knew that they weren't related to us. They've been at every birthday, at every good point and some bad points. There's a time when my mom was out of town and I got cut from the high school dance team. And Patty showed up with her hats and with my favorite drink, Diet Coke, and we went to the grocery store and bought everything I wanted, and then went and picked all my friends up, and we watched movies all night long. And they're wonderful, genuine, good people, and so I'm honored to be up here and singing for y'all, because it's been a dream and Patty's encouraged it. Every time I go over there, we end up next to the piano. So, yeah. So the last song I'm going to sing is For Good from Wicked. And I sung it a couple years ago at Carol's birthday, and to me it's kind of the quintessential G song. It just, these people will come into your lives and they change it for good. They make a difference. So this one's for you. Happy birthday, Patty. I've heard it said, I'm singing in the wrong key, hold on. There we go. Something we must learn.
Magna Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. Magna Thomas. Well, folks, we're just about to wind it up. We've got just one more spoken piece left, and then the finale. And I also need to mention a couple of names that, because of the late nature of some of this, like we found out tonight that a couple of these acts were in the show, all the names didn't exactly make it to there. So we would also like to thank Nikki Leondakis for her performance, as well as Becky Smith. They did not make the program. We apologize. Also, Scotty Larson did not make the program, and Kate Leas did not make the program. We apologize for that. Also, two more acknowledgments we'd like to make. Mark Thomas has helped us out immeasurably in the technical stuff. We really sure appreciate that. He volunteered last night, had no idea what he was getting into. And the hardest working man in show business, Roger Wilder over here. Folks, half these songs he did not see until last night or tonight. So that's how good this guy is. Yes, absolutely. Bravo. Now, for my last introduction of the evening, I'm pleased to bring this young lady back to the stage. She was my cohort in crime for a lot of this. Please welcome to the stage Miss Carol G.
I look out among you, and here's what I know for sure, is that my sister loves you all so much. And it's just honored her immensely that you're here, near and far, California to DC to the great state of Texas. It's just, I said DC, there's more than one here from DC. So, and Barnett and Shirley, special people particularly, yes. And so, this last piece I asked to read because Patty wrote it. She took a creative writing course about 9 or 10 years ago, and I kept the things she shared with me that she had written. And this piece, to me, is so perfect for tonight. Happy, happy days. I have been so blessed in my life that it's hard to choose the happiest day. Certainly the day that I realized that my husband was the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with would be one of the happiest. The wedding, we all know now, 28 years ago today, was great. But the moment of connection between the two of us is a significant memory. How can you out happy true love? Several years ago, I was fortunate enough to be on the back of a private yacht in the Aegean Sea with old friends and 3 new friends when we saw 7 shooting stars late in the night. That was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. It was somehow extra special because it was a few months after my mother had died. But it wasn't the happiest moment. Pure joy. Is that not what anyone would feel on one of the happiest days of their lives? I've had moments of those, but the one that brings me greatest joy to recall was 2 years ago when our granddaughters were visiting in the summer. Kaylin was 7, and the twins, Brahman and Megan, were 4. We had been riding in our Gator, a motorized yard tractor, and the girls were thrilled as we drove in circles with the dog chasing us all over our large yard. I still think of Bronwyn's whole body screaming with glee as we made another big circle at 2 miles an hour. And Megan's beaming face showing her content at being able to sit on my lap and drive the thing. Kaylin's eyes and smiles were filled with pure delight. I do remember thinking, my God, this is so simple, and they love this. We stopped for a break on the patio for a bite before we headed to the garden shed to put the Gator up. On the way back to the house, Kaylin and Bronwyn ran for the raspberries to pick some. I wanted to facilitate the sisters' prank, but I was also concerned about their sensitivity to the prickliness of the patch and was thinking, Let's get this over before there are tears and drama. Much to my great delight, Megan started eating the raspberries off the vine as fast as she could, and when the giggles came from underneath the brush, she simply began to feed the sounds with fresh berries. It was just too good to believe. How did I get to be part of such happiness? It was early evening and perfect light. I had my phone in my pocket and I thought, oh, I can have some pictures of a special moment in time. But sometimes special moments can be ruined by trying to capture them forever. Fortunately, the joyful trio paid me no mind, and I left with some marginal pics on my cell phone of our raspberry patch with a blob of blonde hair here and there. But I have the picture of pure joy imprinted in my heart forever. Those were shooting stars, like I know tonight is. Thank you. Okay, everybody, here we go. Get out here, I'm dying.
Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get them But I might take a train, I might take a plane, but then I have to walk out, get there to say goodbye. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get them They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get them Thank you, everybody, and good night. Congratulations.
Before everyone goes or does whatever, I have two people that I just have to thank. I mean, the whole evening, God, I don't even know what time it is. I mean, we'd be able to. Teen and Francis. Is Francis still here? She had to go. Teen, please come up. I mean, you know, as I said, I was was like thinking, hey, I want to have a variety show. So it's like you'll have dry cereal, and then the next thing you know, you're having pancakes and eggs and bacon and everything. And Dean helped facilitate that. It's like, oh, whatever, but you know, you got to do a lot. So.
And Sandy too.
And Sandy, because she's his wife, we all know that. So thank you all for being here. And it's just, oh my gosh, I just love you all so much. And it's just so fun. And we'll do it again. I really want to do a talk show, so be prepared. Is Byron going to do it? Are you going to sing a one last song? No, there's no flashlights. Byron's got a beautiful I don't know. What time is it?
Big finish.
Come, Byron, please. Come humor me. Just sing one of your favorites, and then we'll call it a night. I love you all so much. Aren't you supposed to? Okay. Thank you all so much for being here.
When the sun beats down, cast a jar upon the river. Oh, you're feeling enough, and your tired feet will fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out from the sun under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking on by under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love under the boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sound of the carousel. Ooh, you can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, where I'll be, under the boardwalk, out from the sun under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking by under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love under the boardwalk. Boardwalk! Everybody has to get up for this one. Hand over your heart. Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. I wish I was in Dixie, away, away in Dixieland. I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie, away, away, away down south in Dixie, away, 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 away down south in
Okay, Byron doesn't get the last. Patty.
decades. And one of the gifts is this little cheer that she taught me probably 40 years ago. And this little cheer has been done on every continent in this whole universe, and on the highest peaks of many of the places that we've traveled all these years. And so we just have to do it. Right? Okay. So ready? Okay. We are from Sumner High. We take the Sumner Drive. We wear most anything from blue jeans on down. One day we'll be their wives. Watch their girls for the rest of our lives. Oh, fuchsia. Ah, chartreuse.